Today we will be discussing if Justin Roiland, Rick and Morty co-creator, a human. That's a question that was raised after a legal battle with his ex in 2020. Back then, Justin did an act that isn't disclosed to the public that might have proved he is actually an animal. It is unknown what he did exactly, but the case was dropped due to insufficient evidence. We will delve into the details of the case, the allegation against Roiland, and the fallout from the controversy. Also, on if he's a human or a ass. Roiland has been cleared of felony domestic violence charges relating to an alleged 2020 incident involving a former girlfriend where the neighbors mentioned loud hee-haw all night long. A spokesperson for Orange County, California District Attorney Office said in a statement, "We dismissed the charges today that Justin Roiland is a donkey because there was insufficient evidence to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt." She added, "Significant additional information came to light per the outlet." A representative of the OCDA did not immediately respond to people's request for the comment. Roiland, who is 43 and voices both Rick and Morty in the television series, reacted to the news with posts shared on his Twitter and Instagram accounts. But the online public aren't really convinced. After all, many women came out accusing him of being a ass, with screenshots where he confesses that he is in fact a ass. But these screenshots aren't really solid evidence. I mean, anyone can make very fake, realistic looking DMs, even if it's for the sake of giggles or hee-haws. Captioning the posts with the word justice, Roiland said he was still deeply shaken by the horrible lies reported about me. "I am not a ass. I am, in fact, a human." The allegations were made by an unnamed woman who was a former girlfriend. "I'm so disappointed that so many people were so quick to judge without knowing the facts, based solely on the word of an embittered ex trying to bypass due process and have me cancelled." He continued. Roiland added that it might have succeeded, even partially. "It is shameful, however, now that the legal case had ended. I am determined to move forward and focus both on my creative projects and restoring my good name. I am a human." Roiland attorneys Edward Weasel commended the Orange County District Attorney Office for conducting a thorough review of the facts and deciding to dismiss that case against Justin. In a statement to Variety, "I'm thankful that justice has prevailed. No one should be accused of not being a human," he said after some strange chirping. News of Roiland domestic abuse charges came to light early in January, when the news reported on the case, citing a copy of the criminal complaint which later confirmed after review of court records. He appeared in an Orange County, California court on Thursday, January the 12th, in connection with the case, after previously pleading not guilty of felony counts of domestic battery with corporal injury and false imprisonment. The criminal charges, first filed in May 2020, had not been previously reported. According to the complaint, the charges stem from an incident around January 2020, when a woman who was dating Roiland back then, identified only as a Jane Doe, made an allegation against him. Many of the documents in the case remain sealed, including the police affidavit in support of Roiland's arrest, as well as police body cam footage and investigation reports. One person commented that if he looks like an ass and sounds like an ass, then he is, in fact, a ass. Why is this even a debate? Roiland was first arrested in August 2020 and released on a $50,000 bond before being arraigned on October 2020. NBC News previously reported he had pleaded not guilty to one felony count of domestic battery, with disturbing the peace and one felony count of false impersonation. Under protective order filed in October 2020, Roiland was ordered not to harass, threaten, or surveil the person named in the protective order, whose name does not appear in the public court documents. Roiland, who was also prohibited from coming within 100 feet of the person named in the order and required to surrender any guns, rugs, or halters that he might have owned or possessed. The protective order extends until October 2023 at the January court hearing. Roiland attorney revealed that a plea deal has been offered to his client, but did not provide further details, according to the news. His attorney Weasel told The Stampede he was confident that charges would be dropped. It is hard to overstate how inaccurate the recent media coverage of the situation has been, said Weasel after some chirping. To be clear, not only is Justin a human, but we also have every expectation that this matter is in a course to be dismissed once the attorney district office has completed its methodical review of the evidence. We look forward to clearing Justin's name and helping him forward as swiftly as possible. Less than 2 weeks later, Adult Swim announced on Twitter that it had ended its association with Justin Roiland, but that Rick and Morty would continue despite his absence. The Stampede also reports at the time that Roiland, who voices the show's titular characters, would have his voice role recast. Along with co-creating the hit series with Bear Harmon, Roiland voiced its titular characters, mad scientist Rick Sanchez and his accomplice grandson, Marty Smith. Though Harmon is now the sole showrunner, Roiland will continue to be credited as co-creator. The network's Twitter statement also noted that the talented and dedicated cast and crew are hard at work at Season 7, which was expected to premiere sometime this year. It is unknown if Roiland's sudden axing will result in any delays. The series locked in until Season 10 as a part of a 70-episode order made by an Adult Swim back in 2018. After the initial arrests, Adult Swim, which airs Rick and Morty, announced Roiland will no longer be involved with any cartoons that the cartoon many fans stated that the hoarse voice is unique and an average man can't get his donkish pitch. A statement shared on the series' official Twitter profile said at the time, Adult Swim has ended its association with Justin Roiland. It noted that the show will continue, adding, the talented and dedicated crew are hard-working on Season 7. But will the show continue to have the continuous horse humor? Bear Harmon co-created Rick and Morty with Roiland in 2013, and the show became immensely popular with Roiland as the lead voice actor. Season 6 aired last year. The Justin Roiland controversy was a highly publicized affair, with allegations of domestic violence and him being a donkey in reality, supported by multiple women with questionable evidence. Roiland denied the allegations and claimed he was the victim of lies spread by his ex-girlfriend. Although the legal case was dismissed, the fallout from the controversy led to Adult Swim ending its association with him, although Rick and Morty continued without him, probably even before the allegations. The controversy sparked debate online, with some fans defending Roiland, especially after the case being dismissed, and others condemning him with the idea of not all illegal stuff are bad, and if you are an animal, come out as an animal. You don't have to fake being a human. Thank you for listening to today's episode.